Hey, good Thursday morning to you once again. Time for another GoldMiners chat. We have one of the newcomers to town and to the team this year. One of our two outstanding goaltenders. Kohl Reddy is with us this morning. Good morning, Kohl. How are you?
Good morning, Barry. How are you?
I am doing great, man. Thanks for taking time for us this morning. First thing about you that made me smile was your Twitter handle, Kohly the Goalie.
Oh, yeah. It's been my family nickname, so kind of stuck.
I notice your dad tries to embarrass you with his Twitter, too. He's put some videos up there of you as a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
You're very cute as a little kid.
Oh, thanks. I can appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm sure you wanted to get up at 7:30 in the morning to hear that from the radio.
Oh, no kidding. Hey, it is a little embarrassing, but you know what? He, my dad takes care of me well. And
it may be embarrassing for you, but it's pride for him.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I noticed. He cares about my hockey career a lot, and
yes,
he's done a lot for me. I'll let him have his moments.
Let him have his fun.
Yeah.
So you're from Vancouver, or born in Vancouver, right?
Yep.
Where's home now?
I live in Seattle right now. Yeah,
well, you have a Canadian passport. That much
Yeah.
I know. And you're probably like me. You get a green card.
Yep. Yeah, I've got my permanent residence. So
tell us about the family back home.
You've met my dad.
Yeah.
He's probably more outgoing in the family. But,
and you'll probably see Vic around the rink tomorrow night too when we play Espanola, because Vic's a lot of fun.
He's hard to miss for sure. Back home, I got my mom. She's looking after my brother right now.
Okay.
He's a goalie as well.
Oh, really?
My dad loves to joke. He's got two goalies and no hair. Yeah. He's been playing in Seattle for a while.
Okay, so two goalies in the house.
Yep.
Where'd this goaltending gene come from?
There was a hole to fill in on our team, my minor hockey team, and I was like, maybe I'll try this out. Maybe maybe it'll be a bit more fun. And in the back of my mind, I was like, maybe a little bit less skating too. My brother kind of saw that, and he
followed his older brother.
Yeah, when he was younger, he kind of had that, the follow the older brother around mentality. So
I've often wondered what would possess a young man to stand there and have guys shooting a piece of rubber at him at 100 miles an hour.
Well, when you're playing against 6-year-olds, it doesn't seem as scary,
that's a different
right?
deal than back then.
Yeah.
But like today,
yeah,
you're nuts. You're crazy.
I don't like to call goalies crazy. I like to say if you're in the same position, you'd be crazy too. And you know what? It's at the end of the day, it's super enjoyable, and it's what I love to do. So.
Well, it has to. I know you love what you do because you're very good at what you do. And we're glad you're with us instead of playing against us. Let me put it that way. Born in Vancouver, Seattle's home now. You said it's a little weird. What's even stranger is when you look into your hockey background. You've played on both coasts.
Oh, yeah.
Explain this now.
Yeah, so my first year away from home, I was actually in Omaha, Nebraska, playing with Omaha AAA. That was a really good team. We had a really good season. We ended up finishing third in the country.
Oh, right on.
That was a great year for my development because it was first year living away from home.
Okay.
First year being with a billet family, and I was living with 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
Five kids who all played hockey. So
it was a major adjustment.
Yeah, it was
for a young man.
But that definitely did a lot for my career. And the school we were going to in Omaha wasn't really satisfying families' desires education-wise.
Okay.
And so we were looking at prep school options. We ended up applying to a bunch of different schools, and Loomis Chaffee is the school I went to for the last 2 years, and that's
which happens to be the T-shirt he's modeling today. I know.
Yep.
I know the screen on your radio is a little dusty, and you might not be able to see it, but that's what he's wearing this morning.
Yeah.
Other sports growing up?
I did swimming, actually. That was one of my first my first other
good swimmer?
Yeah. I was okay. I wouldn't say I was that great.
Because you know what? There's a rumor that the local swim team here wants to challenge the GoldMiners in a swim meet. But we're gonna have to talk about this because we're gonna have to level the playing field somehow.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how, but
you might have to freeze the water. Yeah. Well, because I've seen some of the other guys swim, and I don't know if it's really swimming or drowning.
Maybe we'll put those big flippers on them to help them out.
Maybe, yeah. Those do help for sure. But yeah, swimming was one of the first things I got into as a kid.
I know you have pregame rituals. You go through some hand-eye coordination exercises and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Do you have other superstitions game day or in the run-up to getting prepared for a game?
I always like to tell myself I'm not superstitious, but I know I am. I'm always conscious. Like I always, put in way too much thought into what suit I should put on, what Under Armour I should put on. It's, like if I played well the last game in a pair
you got to
of
wear
Under
it again,
Armour,
right?
Yeah, you got to wear it again.
That's not superstition. That's just logic.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it works, don't change it.
Exactly. And I know Does it bother you? I know there's been a couple of instances where you're in the bowels of the rink, you're in the zone getting ready, you're doing your hand-eye coordination things, and this silly guy from the radio and comes walking through, and he's got to get by, and I don't know whether to interrupt you or whether to take the long way around the building or wait till you're done. Does stuff like that, does it bother you when people interrupt your routines?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't think it does. I know it's kind of an awkward situation for a lot of people because they see me, doing this weird stuff with my hands. And they're like, I don't know if this looks important, but and
that's exactly what's going through my mind.
Yeah, it is important, but I always like to be considerate.
All right, so in the locker room now, in the locker room hierarchy, as we'll call it, what's your role? Are you a funny guy, quiet guy, a loud guy? You a guy that stirs up stuff behind the scenes and runs away, innocent like you didn't do it? What's the scoop?
There's a little bit of everything in there, but I'd say mostly I like to sometimes I like to poke and prod when the energy's down. I like to put a smile on people's faces. It's usually not the most conventional way of doing it, but I usually have a good sense for when the boys need a good poke in the ribs, and I try to keep the spirits light, but. Of course, I also understand when things are more serious, and I need to shut up. It's time to stay
quiet down, and get ready to go. Espanola Express in town tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm breaking any news here. I don't know if Coach has told you, but it's your net tomorrow night.
No, I knew that.
All right, so you get ready for the Express tomorrow.
Yeah.
Would you prefer a 21-shot night or a 45-shot night?
Honestly, I'd say a 45-shot night.
Every goalie says that. The busier, the better.
Yeah. No, it's. I think it's an answer that's pretty common for goalies. You know what?
So a guy comes down on you, throws every move he's got at you, and you make a great glove save or a toe save or something. Do you trash talk the guy?
It has happened. I've done it before, to be honest, and usually karma comes back to bite me in the ass. So
Kohl Reddy with us this morning. Thanks for doing this, Kohl. It was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Fergie.
Espanola Express tomorrow night, Rayside Balfour Saturday night. Go get them.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Kohl.